Alright guys, so we got some more Five Finger Death Punch. Mother May I. TikTok, and this is obviously an official lyric video. Now, for the last few songs Five Finger Death Punch have, they took some of their older songs and made them into lyric videos. This is not a brand new song, at least I don't think. I looked on Spotify and it's not, and I don't know when they're gonna post again. I think they did like a remix type of thing for the last song they did. Yeah, right here, Holy Water by The Funeral Portrait featuring Five Finger Death Punch. Okay, I don't know what to expect from this, and yeah, I just want to get right into this. I cannot wait to, get into more Five Finger Death Punch. But yeah, without further ado, I want to see what this is all about. And yeah, let's go. This title intrigues me. I want to see what he's talking about in this one.
Tick tock, time is up. Tick tock, time is up.
Before we get into any lyrics or anything, I love how obviously the song's called Mother May I, in parentheses, TikTok. The first thing you hear is a clock ticking.
Tick tock, time is up. Tick tock, time is up. And everyone loves you, such a star. You're the one everyone wants to be like, but no one can be. Mother, may I have a moment, feel I've come undone. Can you stop me from this spinning? Nowhere left to run. Special's a term that they use to describe someone when they're afraid to admit that you're right.
Hold on, run this back.
The magazine cover.
Hold on.
I know you. You're the one on the magazine cover.
I love how obviously we get his more deeper kind of grogginess. Is that what you call it? Kind of voice tone. And then he kind of goes into this normal kind of voice.
I know you. You're the one.
Hold on.
I know you. You're the one on the magazine covers and I know you. You're the one on the magazine covers and everyone loves you. Such a star. You're the one everyone wants to be like, but no one can be.
You're the one on the magazine covers and everyone loves you. Hold on.
On the magazine covers and everyone loves you. Such a star. You're the one
You're the one that everyone wants to be like, but no one can be.
everyone wants to be like, but no one can be. Mother, may I have a moment, feel I've come undone.
Mother, may I have a moment. It feels like I've come undone. Okay?
Can you stop me from this spinning? Nowhere left to run.
Can you stop me from all this spinning? Nowhere left to run. Is he kind of talking about himself? Who's he talking about when he's talking about oh, I see you on the magazine covers and everyone loves you. You're the one that everyone wants to be like, but no one can be because you're so unique and special.
Stop me from this spinning. Nowhere left to run.
You know, may I have a moment? Mother, may I have a moment, please? I just need to get my thoughts straight. I am afraid that I have come undone. Can you stop me from all this spinning? You know, I take that as like, you know, all my thoughts are, you know, tangled and my thoughts are going in a spiral and I don't know what to think. I have all these negative thoughts and there's nowhere left to run because all my demons are, you know, chasing me and, you know, they backed me up into a corner.
From this spinning, nowhere left to run. Special's a term that they use to describe someone when they're afraid to admit that they're right. You're the one that's in all of the movies on everyone's TV. Such a farce. You're convinced that your shit doesn't stink and we all should adore you. Father, can you stop this bleeding? Hate what we've become.
Father, can you stop this bleeding? I hate what we've become. You're the ones in the mood. Hold on, run the.
I see you. You're the one that's in all of the movies on everyone's TV.
You're the one that's in all of the movies and you're on everyone's TV. Such a farce.
You're convinced that your shit doesn't stink and we all should adore you.
You're convinced that your shit doesn't stink and we all should adore you. You know, who's he talking about? You know, because how I'm taking it right now is maybe he's talking about someone that just is all full of themselves, all, you know, egotistical. You know, their ego is up in outer space. You know, their ego is too high and they think they rule the world. They think they rule me. And you know, they think everyone should adore them just because, you know, they're famous and they are in all these magazine covers. Like, is he talking about someone specific or just in general? Just like all of the Hollywood people that are just douchebags and feel like they're entitled to people being nice to them and adoring them because they're famous.
Stop this bleeding. Hate what we've become.
Hate what we've become. Can you stop this bleeding, Father?
I've turned my cheek so many times. Fear I'm almost done.
I've turned my cheek so many times, it's like I'm almost done. Is he saying that and like, you know, I've smiled so many times, but, you know, I fake smiled so many times that I just feel even more depressed and I'm ready to jump, you know, because all this pretending that I'm happy all the time is tiring for me.
So many times. Fear I'm almost done.
Or maybe he's going back to, you know, what I said. You know, as I said, I take this song as like someone in, you know, I don't know, Hollywood or a big movie star. Or maybe he's talking about someone specific. Like I said, how I take it is someone's ego is way too high and they feel so entitled for everyone to love them because they're in these magazine covers and they're in all these, you know, movies. And maybe that's him saying, you know, I've been so nice for way too long. I've been keeping my mouth shut. You know, I've acted like I've adored you so much. But, you know, I have to stop this. I have to stop you from thinking you rule us all, thinking you're the most important person just because you're famous and you got fucking 100,000 followers or something.
Death is a term that they use to describe something they can't accept because it comes with a price. Tick, tock. Tick, tock. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Father, can you stop this bleeding? Hate what we've become.
No, okay, I think I just caught that. You know, that line, maybe he's, ooh, because I don't know, he sounds, and sometimes in this song, he sounds like maybe he's talking from, like, you know, what the phrase face value, kind of like talking to someone, but you know, that line just made me think, and I take it as like maybe he's kind of representing himself as who he's talking about all these egotistical assholes and thinking they're entitled. Maybe that's him saying, you know, I don't want to be famous anymore. Father, stop me from all this bleeding. I don't want to be famous because look what we've become. Look what I've become. I became entitled just because I have all these followers and all these subscribers. I don't want to turn into an egotistical asshole like all of them.
I've turned my cheek so many times. Fear I'm almost done.
Then is that ticking sound kind of like, you know, your time is almost done because you're not what you thought. You're not, you know, the best person. You're not the most important person in the world. But hold on, there's some lines I do want to go back to.
I'm almost done. Death is a term that they use to describe something they can't accept because it comes with a price.
That is something that they
use.
That is a term they.
Death is a term that they use to describe something
That is a term they use to describe something
they can't accept because it comes with a price.
that they can't accept because it comes with a price. So I feel like I'm just repeating what he says, and then
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change.
grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. You know, grant me happiness. Grant me everything I need to accept the things I cannot change, because it's like, no, I was born this way. You know, if I was born this way, you know, why be sad about the things I cannot, you know, change about myself?
The courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom. The courage to change the things I can.
The courage to change the things I
And,
can.
and the wisdom to know the difference.
And the wisdom to know the difference. Ugh. You know, yeah, I like that. I like that because obviously, you know, grant me the serenity to, accept the things I cannot change.
Change the things.
The courage to change the things that I can, and grant me the wisdom to know the difference between the things I can change and cannot. I like this. And, as I said, maybe I'm on point with the meaning of the song. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Some of the song sounds like he's talking to someone, towards someone, down to someone, being like, hey, you're entitled. You have to stop just because you have all these followers. Just because you're this big movie star or whatever doesn't mean you're entitled. Doesn't mean everyone has to adore you. But, one line in this song, Father, make me stop bleeding. I don't like what we've become. I know I butchered that so fucking goddamn much. But you know what I'm saying. That line kind of made me think, is he making himself as this person he's talking about? I don't know, but I really did like this. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. The lyrics were great. I love the message. If I was on point with it, I don't really care. I loved how I interpreted it. And that's sometimes how I feel about when I react to a song. But yeah, if you guys do want more 5-Finger Death Punch, comment down below. It blows this video up, I guess. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the production was great. I think Ivy, whatever the main lead, the main singer's name is, the main vocalist name is. I really did like the vocals in here. But yeah, as I said, if you guys want more 5-Finger Death Punch, FFDP, comment down below. Subscribe and ring the bell if you guys want to see more reactions like this from me. Leave a like so it lets me know that you guys did enjoy this and it pushes it out to the algorithm. And maybe share with a friend because I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out. Say led bye. And as always, I'm Kill Knight. We out. Peace.